Hello everyone, and welcome back to the series I'm calling Casually Competitive Mario Kart World Edition. This challenge is all about determining just how much better competitive players are than casual players, and how much effort is realistically required to achieve that level of gameplay. I'll be taking a time trial of each new course that I attempt, for a baseline, followed by a timer recording how long I spend learning techniques. Then, I'll record a new time trial to show growth, and conclude with a race against the CPUs on that map. This is all to build up to hitting the online scene all at once at the end. I'll be using Peach on the Mock Rocket or Raw Pog. If you missed the other videos, I do recommend watching them first, but there's nothing lost by jumping in here. Last time I went to Peach Beach, and now we'll be continuing around the outer edge to the amazing Great Question Block Ruin. But first, it's time to run the last track once more, to see if there's been skill loss. I'll be doing this for each subsequent video as well, running the previous track once before getting into the new one. So, without further ado, let's head back over to Peach Beach. Alright, let's head on into Peach Beach and get that race against the ghost going. Make sure that we can actually still race this with some semblance of dignity and skill. Alright, here we go. We're Vacation Peach too, just because, you know, what better version of Peach to enjoy soaking up the sun at the beach and hitting up the Great Question Block ruins. Funny story about this track is that, because I learned it so quickly, or because that video, you know, the timer was so short on that last one, I actually don't, like, more than any of the others, this one kind of feels like I've forgotten the path a bit. I haven't, it's pretty simple, but it's kind of funny. It makes me feel a little bit weird. Alright, we are very much keeping even with this time trial. Basically a carbon copy. Okay, there we go, now it's better than us. Alright. Basically pretty close to it though. It does go through the water right here, so we don't. Perfect. Gonna give us a nice opportunity to get ahead. And then up close. Didn't get the coin though, which is unfortunate. Didn't get that one either. Wow. Okay, what's that? Looks like we're ahead, probably just by a little bit. Okay. Alright. Alright, 0.1 ahead. Nice, nice. Well, 0.11, but nice. Okay, cool. Let's try to... Oh, we missed that coin. Alright, here comes the hard part, guys. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Also, little, funny thing that it really just kind of occurred to me recently. Well, actually, never mind. But, it's actually not the end of the road once we finish this time trial up, because we still have to worry about racing online before we get to competitive, and racing online will definitely result in gaining some more skill at racing these tracks. Oh yeah! Alright, we are starting a new streak of beating our time trials. And just look at that absolutely dominant performance we had over our other time trial. That's crazy. I mean, who's ever seen a bigger beat than 0.004 seconds? That is wonderful. Alright. Anyway, now that we've seen that we can still keep up with our old time, let's start on the new one. Head on into Great Question Block Ruins. See you there. Alright, let's head into Great Question Block Ruins against the one and only Frank. Frank, my man, he's running Lakitu on the cloud thingy. That is the official name, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. That car is known as the cloud thingy. Don't listen to anyone else, they might, you know, tell you some nonsense. Anyway. So basically what I'm going to do now is run this track the way I normally run it, and I do like this shortcut right here, but that's basically the only one I've got, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to run this track the way I normally do if I were just running it in a versus race, and then we'll see what the time is, and then we'll actually go and learn how to do it, you know, better. And I know that there is a very famous shortcut here, but I actually don't know it. I know. Shame, right? Everybody knows this shortcut. I know it in theory, and I could probably pull it off, but I don't usually go for it. And I've really only done it, like, once, so it would be kind of disingenuous to go for it right now. But we will definitely be doing it when we learn the shortcuts on this track, of course. And you're always getting refreshers on your items. Alright, 4.3 lead. Excellent. Yeah, 227.83. Alright. That's a pretty decent start. I mean, it's about 7 seconds of lead time over the Nintendo time. Sorry, Frank, you were an admirable opponent, but, you know, you'll always be here, but you put up a good fight, my man. Alright, let's go start learning tricks, start a timer, and actually, get this rolling. Okay, a lot of juicy stuff going on in the world record. Alright, let's, start this timer. And... Alright, there we go. Now, let's get in there and start learning how to actually do this. Now, the interesting thing, it basically starts off the same, but definitely gonna have to do that big trick at the end, which I'm actually really looking forward to, and then some of the other stuff too. So, basically, it is exactly the same. They go a little earlier than me, and then they trick off of that, but, you know, it's not that bad. Hey, that box respawns. Ruined my rewind. What a jerk. Should be like this, then you fire there. Yeah, see, like that. Except a little bit earlier than that. And then it's just like a flick here. They actually detach without going on that. And then crazy, like, on that, I don't think I'm going to go for that inside rail turn. I mean, I might, depending on how quickly everything else comes in. Because it looks fun, but it looks very impractical for my purposes. Especially because that would skip an item set. And I like items. Items are nice. They allow me to do the cool, fun things like mushroom shortcuts. And supposed to... Actually, they go over here, which is crazy to me, but whatever. And then they do, like, some drifting off the... Totally forgot to even set up for it. So, yeah, they go here, and then they drift boost, and then they do one of these. And then it's flick. Oh, yeah, okay, apparently you get Lackitude there. Interesting. I want my mushrooms back, buddy. Yeah. If I didn't have a mushroom here, I would just go for the second part of the shortcut without the first part. Like, you can just charge jump onto this rail from the path. And basically the same thing from there, so at least there's that. And maybe I should get one of those in real fast just to make sure it's as easy as it looks. But that one seems pretty simplistic. Let's give it a try. Yeah, okay, maybe it's a... No, it's easy. I think I was just bad. Oh yeah, I was just a little bit off of my alignment. That's pretty easy. I'm not worried about that, but I do want to land it real fast if I can. Okay, well, I made it, even still, and I had, like, no speed, like, because I did it badly. So yeah, I'm not really worried about that one. There we go. And side here. Oh, hey, it even detached. And then the inner trick if I want it, but my goodness, running on that inside wall looks terrifying. Alright, over here. Then, again, I'm not sure why they go down here, but whatever. Okay, and then, like, over here. Wow, that was... You know what? Let's rewind it. There we go. Yep, and then land right there. Okay, well, I am clearly landing too far up. Go for this. And then land lower. Not low enough. See, if you go too high, it seems Lack 2 just kicks you out. It's kind of mean, but, you know, I guess it makes sense. He is the cloud guy, as I say. Oh, yeah. Okay, a little bit of a slowdown, not terrible. There we go. Oh, kind of like that. Kind of. I know that trick. I'm thinking it's basically just not viable. I am considering making, like, revisit videos in which I do, like, some of the crazy world record stuff that I didn't get the first time. Like, Starview Peak, for example. It's got that mushroomless shortcut that I was kind of locking in on where to do it, but I wasn't feeling confident on, and it was taking a lot of extra time that I felt was beyond the scope of actually trying to learn to race it, as well as this one, like the full version of this shortcut. And if this is something that people would be interested in seeing me go back and try to do, as in like, you know, the tricks that got away kind of thing, then, you know, let me know in the comments, and maybe we can go and do that, because it seems like it'd be a fun thing. Cool. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have gone for it, but I went for it. Alright, let's see how much that cost me realistically. Alright, pretty solid. Looks like it's about this. Well, maybe it's a little bit bigger. The gap between this time and from last time. Okay. I mean, very, very low, but I made it. And maybe the very, very low is actually nice, because I remember when I got the 2-second lead, I'm pretty sure it was like that, so. 1.6, not terrible. Okay, missed the trick, but got the rail, which is far more important. Like, this feels like the, yes, it is amazing, Peach, very well spoken. This is, okay, yeah, 0.4, sorry, not 0.4, 4 whole seconds. This is going lovely. And I even did my trademark screw up the third lap. So, you know, that's how you know it's casually competitive. Alright, well, that's pretty cool. Let's do that again. Alright, that's nice. I love seeing that. That weird partial attach that just turns you and then kicks you off is a really, really cool thing to see. 0.7, I mean, yikes. Quite a bit of time I could have made up on that, but it's fine, we're not going for perfection just yet. We just want... Oh, okay, well, I mean, that... I probably didn't deserve that, but gave it to me anyway. Looks like the game is feeling generous today. Let's land a little bit cleaner this time. That's much better. Much, much better. Although it would have been harder to get worse. I mean, I could have, obviously. But, yeah. Whoa, I missed the cloud boost. Really should have been paying more attention. 2.6. Okay, well, you know, after the abysmal first showing, that's not terrible. Yeah, there. Missed the cloud boost last time and had an absolutely just terrible line on the thing. And it was still a 216. Alright, cool. That is 2 that could finish. So, let's actually go ahead and get a finishing time now. This new path, it's really fun. Okay, didn't mean to bonk that poor little traffic cone guy. I guess it won't be that one. Man, I'm still, like, torn with grief. I bonked that poor traffic cone man. I'm gonna have to avoid him this time. Yeah, avoided the traffic cone guy. Did go in the off-road a little bit, which is, I believe, the first time I've done that all recording, but wow. I had to do it on, couldn't have picked a better time. Oh, are you kidding me? Lame. I got too greedy. Yeah, okay, cool. Pretty good start, really good start. Alright. I mean, I didn't get my cool bounce, but I didn't even really go for it. So, come on, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, yes. Oh, and I almost biffed it immediately, but I did not. All right, good, good. Even got the outside coin there too. Very nice. Good. Oh, yeah. All right. Got the cloud boost and the cloud boost. Come on, 4.5, 4.5. Oh, yeah. Okay. Ah, I didn't get the inside trick. It's tragic, that's tragic. Not tragic enough to, like, reset, but tragic. Alright, here we go. This will be the one. It's really looking like it's gonna be the one. As long as I don't... I really thought I was gonna miss that stupid frickin' thing again. No! Why would I do this? I'm afraid of my own success. I mean, I kind of recovered it, but that is gonna really cut into my time. At least it means I can probably beat my time trial, but I won't even... I barely got a sub 15. Oh, man. Still, pretty fun, though. Alright, 2:14.757. That is 6 seconds faster than my previous time. That is lovely. Now, the actual world record is like 2:01, so it's still like 13 seconds behind that, but that is nice. Alright, I can be happy with that. Let's go, do a race with the computers. See what we can do. Alright, here we are at the Great Ruins. Great Block Ruins. Love this place. Anyway, you guys know the drill by now, I mean, come on. But, we got the computer set to hard, got the CC on 150, and we have the items set on normal. Let's see what roughly 1 hour and 2 minutes of effort can actually amount to on this track. I think I just saw the Cataquack pop his engine, and DK dab. So, you know, very good start, very good start. Alright, mushrooms. And I totally messed that up. Yeah. Well, I have an extra mushroom I can use because I didn't need to, yeah. I didn't need to use it on the first lap. And, the recent update has already dropped at this point in my recording. So I do have the new item balancing, which will make my plan to not do any sort of bagging very, very useful. I got to use an extra mushroom there because I probably should have saved the extra one, done the final shortcut on the last lap, in case I needed it for a blue shell, which I do. Double purpose? Oh, I had to fire it early because of the blue shell. Well, whatever. Almost had it. Anyway. Now I have one mushroom still for the last lap, and a protection afterwards. Anyway, as I was saying, the new item stuff has actually already dropped, so that's gonna be really, really nice. Yeah. It really supports my idea. But I'm glad that they did that. Anyway, here we go. We're kicking butt so far. These new pads are really helpful. Alright. Oh, I literally almost forgot to go for the shortcut. Wow, that was embarrassing. It's actually different it feels different in an actual race than it does in a time trial. Just kinda nuts because it probably isn't different. Oh, come on, man. I was considering using that. Whatever. Jerks. I really should have gone for the item probably, but I like this cut too much. Oh, what a terrible... Oh! Okay, well, you know what? That's fine. Sometimes that's how it is, and I have to be okay with that. But wow, what a bad time for that. Anyway, look at my lead though. My lead is still absolutely stupendous, despite the fact that I got absolutely shocked in a terrible, terrible spot. And, yeah. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, it's not always gonna go perfectly, and, I mean, as we talked about, and I'm happy with that for now. Obviously, when we go online and start racing there before we hit the competitive scene, we're gonna learn how people run this track better. We're gonna get more exposure to actually running it with, you know, players instead of computers, and it's just gonna get even better. So, I'm happy with that for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please, come join us next time when we hit up Dino Jungle.